Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yaaki and pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Amathia from the GMS Dallas. And I wanted to go into this quick lesson. Lord willing, this will be edifying to the elect. Wanted to go into how we're going to see the destruction of the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, which in the scripture that says modern Sodom and Egypt, the spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And we're going to see that it's going to be coming, all right, to a town near you in here in Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, aka America, the US of A. And this is what the Lord is setting up to happen, and it's things that happened like this in the past. He's gonna come, and it's gonna be done here in America. All right, and it's because of what? Because of all these things that have happened. All right, here in America, where the sins have reached up to the heavens. All right, the sins have reached up to the heavens. All right, this is on Wikipedia. It says Sodom and Gomorrah. It says in the Abrahamic religion, Sodom and Gomorrah were two cities destroyed by God for their wickedness. And who is the living power, the God, the Ancient of Days that they call him? His true biblical name is Yahweh, meaning he is. All right, Yahweh. All right, that is the true power and the God of Israel. All right, through the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who he made a covenant with, was the nation of Israel. All right, it says their story parallels the Genesis flood narrative in its theme of Yahweh's anger provoked by men's sins. All right, and it shows you that story is in uh, Genesis 28 1 through 28. All right, and it says they are mentioned frequently in the prophets and the New Testament as symbols of human wickedness and divine retribution. And then it goes into saying that the Quran. All right. And let's quickly get a quick story going. I want to see that too, of that going into Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's get this here. All right. And I'm think it's Genesis 19. And we're going to just kind of scan through this. All right. And we know that the angels came to go and press the city and walk about it. Right. And we said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the point here. You know what? Let's start at verse 6. All right. It says, and Lot, Genesis 19 and 6, and Lot went out the door unto them. All right. And who is he talking about? It says here, I'm going to go in verse 5. It says, then they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which thou come into thee that's this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. All right. Now, when you look at what what they were saying, because we had two angels, all right, and you had these men that was camped about. And, you know, you could read the story of Lot, and like you say, you had these men that wanted them to come out so they can know him. And what did they go into getting to know him? They said they wanted to go in and have sex with him. Look at this in the NLT. All right. Verse 4, it says, before they retired for the night, all the men of Sodom, young and old, all of them was moles, came from all over the city and surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, where are the men who came to spend the night with you? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them. Look at that. And so Lot stepped out outside and talked to them, shutting the door behind them. All right, he said, please, my brothers, he begged, don't do such a wicked thing. Because, you know, he was in the gates. Lot was in the gates every day, right? Sighing and crying. It says, look, I have two virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what with them as you wish. But please leave these men alone, for they are my guests and under my protection. So they wanted to go out and they wanted to bring these men out and do what? To have sex with them. All right, to be moles, to be freaks. Right. We're gonna go on down here. I'm gonna jump back to the KJV over here to the left. It says, "But the men put forth their hand," and they're talking about the angels, "and pulled out into the house to them, and shut the door." Verse 11, "And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great." All right, so that they were wearied themselves to find the door. They couldn't find the door. They blinded them. All right. And like I said, it was young and old. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides sons-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place. All right. Okay. He said, bring them out this place. So the same thing is going to happen where it says, and I'm going to go ahead and get it, and I'll jump back to this. This is Micah 2 and 10. All right. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you with a sore destruction. All right. So this place is polluted like it was in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. And he said this is going to destroy you. And we read earlier, Salakia. All right. I'm going to pull this back up. And we had read earlier, going into Sodom and Gomorrah, what did it say? The story parallels with the flood. All right. Why did the Lord destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, the cities? Because of their wickedness. All right. All right. And it says, verse 13, it says, For we will destroy this place. All right. Because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord is in all caps. That's Yahweh. And the Lord has sent us to destroy it. All right. So the Lord has sent us to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's what we're seeing that's going to happen today. All right. In these times, we're going to see the Lord destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Modern day Sodom and Egypt. And how did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? Let's look at this here.
We believe, well, here we are hiking around what we believe is ancient Gomorrah, and we've talked about these sulfur balls that are unique to this area. I just found one. I was walking along here, and I found it. It's kind of whitish. It's kind of green. Wow, I've been wanting to find one of these for a long time. I was just praying, God, could you help me find a sulfur ball? And he did. So once again, these sulfur balls, we'll test it. You light them and they'll just burn with fire. What's unique about this is that it's only in these areas, these 5 cities that are unique, that look like this, that you find these sulfur balls. And you light them and they just burn blue. So unbelievable. I'm so excited to find this. I'm going to look for some more. Well, here we are hiking.
And that is the only place, if I'm not mistaken, on Earth where you find that type of sulfur balls in those 5 cities. All right, which what we just read that the Lord said he was going to destroy. All right, he was going to go ahead and destroy. All right, so this is what's going to come here to Babylon the Great. So we just mentioned we're supposed to depart, for this is not our rest. And why is that? Because it is polluted. All right. This is and this is how the Lord is going to deliver us. Just like when Lot left, he told him, don't look behind. The Lord is going to deliver us a second time out of Sodom and Egypt. All right. Just like he did when he delivers out of Egypt, and the time he delivers out of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. He destroyed Egypt with plagues, and he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah with what? with fire and brimstone. And both is going to be combined to come here upon Babylon the Great, aka America. Revelation 18:4. And I heard a voice, I heard an other voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of the plagues, of her plagues." All right. And we're not going to receive those plagues if we're the elect. We're going to be delivered out of the things that are to come here on Babylon the Great. All right. These things are going to come here to Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. And let me see here. Salakia. All right. This is Revelations 11:8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." And their crucifixion, what is that? Because they're X'd out of the ways of the Lord. All right. They've X'd out of the righteous ways. Everything here is wicked and demonic now. All right. All you see is all kind of lewdness, sexual acts. You see kind of all kind of blasphemies in America. All these things is an abomination to the Lord. Right. But the Lord, as he said in Isaiah 1:9, except Lord, I'm going to go ahead and get it. Isaiah, this is Isaiah 1 in verse 9. It says, "Except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah." All right. I'm reading the NLT. "If the Lord of heavens of army had not spared a few of us, we would have been wiped out like Sodom, destroyed like Gomorrah." So the Lord told us to come out, so we won't be be partakers of the destruction that's going to come upon this place. Why? Because of all the wickedness that has built up in this place. All right. All the wickedness that had came upon this place. This is Jude 1 verse 7. It says, "Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh." Now, what is that going into? That's going into what? The Mo agenda, all right? The alphabet game. That is what that's going into. And the Lord is going to destroy Babylon the Great because of the same thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. The same thing is also, it wasn't our rest in Egypt. These things is going to come upon America. And we seeing that playing out, all right? With the pestilence that's come about. They talking about the MP, which is that variant is coming out, the monkey deal, the POC. You have the COV, okay? ID is still out, is still around, and all these other pestilence that's coming about. All right, we've been seeing plagues, but like I say, it's become more and more in abundance. Earthquakes. All right, they said there's been more earthquakes than we've seen in a number of years. I know even in California, they said it was more earthquakes that they've seen, and like the stronger the strong earthquakes that's starting to happen now, they've seen in like decades. All right, these things are coming upon America, and it's going to happen. The Lord says you're going to see pestilence, you're going to see famine, all right, earthquakes in diverse places, all these things. We're actually having earthquakes here in Texas, you know? But like I say, all because of what? All the wickedness that have been coming out, And they try to push this alphabet agenda on you. But like I said, the Lord said this is an abomination. So we're sighing and crying. We're the watchmen that's going to continue to sigh and cry until the Lord come and take this place off the map. And people say, "Why you don't leave? Why you won't leave?" Because the Lord says he's going to deliver it. We got faith in the Lord. All right. That's the thing. That is what here now is that faith. All right. I'm gonna get back into this. This is Jude 1 and verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, because it was actually 5 cities within Sodom. It was Sodom and Gomorrah and 3 other cities. It was 5 cities in total. About them like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, all right, man with man, woman with woman, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. All right, so that was an example of what's to come. That was an example of what's to come. All right, and what did it say? It's going to be spiritually Sodom. So the spirit of Sodom and Egypt is in here in Babylon the Great. And they're going to receive what? Their fire and brimstone that's coming upon here in Babylon, right? And what does it say? It's going to melt with fervent heat. Let me go ahead and get that here as well. All right. Let me see here. It says, I'm going to go ahead and start at verse. I'm going to just read on down. All right. You see the topic right here. It says the coming of the day of the Lord. 2 Peter 3 and 3, it say, knowing this first, that there shall be in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. All right, they're going to trust in their own understanding, as it says in Proverbs 3. They're going to lean on their own understanding. But me and the Lord, all right, the elect is going to trust the Lord with all thy heart. And they're going to lean not unto their own understanding. All right, but you got these scoffers out here now, all right, walking after their own lust. All right, looking for that filthy lucre, that the benefit of receiving money, trying to use the ministry to receive what money. They trying to keep one foot in the world, one foot into the truth. It don't work like that. All right. All right. And then you have, like I said, these Christians and these other people saying, hey, everybody can be saved. They basically constantly going on. Everybody can be saved. All right. We got to stick to the law, statute, and commandment, trying to disannul Yahweh Shai and what he did. All right. When he laid his life down for. All right. Verse 4, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant, right? That by the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with the water perished. All right. So, and it said being overflowed with water perished. Now, what we just read here in the Wikipedia, it says down here, it says, all right, Sodom and Gomorrah were 2 cities destroyed by Yahweh Shai for their wickedness. All right. For the Lord Yahweh. All right. It says their story parallels the Genesis flood narrative in its theme of Yahweh's anger provoked by man's sin. All right, so it said it parallels with it. And we see that in 2 Peter 3, it says, like it says, but the heavens and the earth, verse 7, which are now by the same word, I'm going to go back up, so I'm slacking. Verse 6, it says, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. These are the things that are coming to the earth. Just like the flood happened, we're going to have fire and brimstone. Like you said, it's going to be like Sodom. It's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. So all the plagues, all the destruction that the Lord has showed us in the past is going to come again, but it's going to come in abundance. It's going to be rolled up into one. That is something that's not having been seen upon the earth. All right. You can say, oh, well, he said he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, but he put the plagues on Egypt. But look, he putting everything at one into one major bulk. It's going to be all that rolled into one. All right. Why? Before the abomination thereof. All the things that Esau Edom is doing, and our people is following along with it. That's why the 2/3 got to receive that destruction as well, because the earth got to be cleansed. And don't think that just America's gonna be destroyed, but it's gonna be a nuclear war. It's gonna be different other places that's gonna get hit as well. But America is gonna be desolate. It's gonna be destroyed. All right. So the destruction is coming. Like I said, the earth, what it say, with the element is gonna melt with fervent heat. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen here. What is that? That's actually in the same chapter. Slocky. Here you go. Verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" So what manner of man will you be when these things come about? When the earth melt with fervent heat, like we see here in Sodom.
Well, here we are hiking around what we believe is ancient Gomorrah, and we've talked about these sulfur balls that are unique to this area. I just found one. I was walking along here, and I found it. It's kind of whitish. It's kind of green. Wow, I've been wanting to find one of these for a long time. I was just praying, God, could you help me find a sulfur ball? And he did. So once again, these sulfur balls, we'll test it. You light them and they'll just burn with fire. So what's unique about this is that it's only in these areas, these 5 cities that are unique, that look like this, that you find these sulfur balls. And you light them and they just burn blue. So unbelievable. I'm so excited to find this. I'm going to look for some more.
And this is coming to Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. To a town near you. So with that, call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Waha, Bahakodash. Double honor to the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to Yaki in pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.